In the darkest of days, sometimes we find out who we are. Be the change or hit the bottom, hit it hard. We have a choice, yeah, we can take the power away and turn it into something to believe in, believe in. It's up to you, it's up to you. Won't see us walking away, cause now we made it this far. We ain't ashamed of who we are. We made a choice, this army's here to stay. And trust me, this is something to believe in, achieve it, it's up to you.
Hey everyone, I'm Whitney and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome. In this video, I'll be addressing why saying all lives matter isn't as great as you think it might be, and why saying all lives matter actually does more harm than good. So if you were sent this video, if you are just curious, if you are just watching for the heck of it, or whatever, I appreciate it. I condone you for trying to educate yourself and become a better person. And shout out to those of you who already are ahead of the game. You go, guys. One of the big deals about saying all lives matter is the fact that it takes attention away from the Black Lives Matter movement and lessens the chances of change for justice and equality. So I'm just going to throw some examples out here to you in hopes that this will help you better understand what the big deal is. Let's imagine you were outside, you were climbing a tree, right? Okay, well, maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was your kid, okay? Either way. You fall out of the tree, you break your arm. It's after 5, so the doctor's offices are closed. You have to take your child to the ER because they're screaming and crying and in pain. You go there, you fill out the paperwork, whatever, and then you sit and you wait. It's not like a stand in line type of deal, right? Like it's not first come, first serve. So they take the most severe cases first. There aren't too many people working in the ER, so you kind of have to sit there and wait for maybe a couple hours, which, yeah, that sucks. Your child's in pain. And then all of a sudden, for argument purposes, let's say somebody comes in with a bunch of stab wounds, okay? They will take precedence over your child. You see this person dripping in blood and you can see that they were gashed up or whatever. When they take him back right away, are you really gonna say, hey, wait a minute. What about my son? He has a broken arm or a fractured arm. We don't really know yet, but he's in pain too. Why can't he go? He should be able to go. And what about all these other people that are sitting here waiting? They need to be seen too. What the heck? Chances are you probably wouldn't do that. At least I hope you wouldn't do that, because it should be common sense that the ones who are injured more severely go first. And I don't know, if you're from a different country, maybe that's not how it works there, but we'll throw some more examples out there. If you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now, then you know what? Go ahead and skip to this minute right here. Even if you do understand and you would like more examples to teach other people why saying all lives matter is doing more harm than good, then continue watching. So another example I can give you is, let's say you're at home, minding your own business, whatever, and what's that smell? Oh my gosh, is it smoke? Oh my gosh, you notice there's a fire in your house. So you try to put it out. Well, it's a little bigger than you had anticipated and this isn't working. So you call 911. The dispatcher asks what your address is, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, all right, ma'am. Yeah, or sir. And normally they would be like, we're sending the fire department out right now. They'll be there shortly. Now, what if when you called, they said, yeah, so, we understand that your house is on fire. However, there are other houses in the neighborhood and there are a lot of houses on the way to your house. So we're just gonna have them stop house to house and check to make sure those houses aren't on fire before we get to yours. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Not really. No. You would probably be so pissed off. I would be. So here's another example. Let's say your child, if you don't have a child, whatever, let's say you're helping out your sibling or your cousin or whoever. You're doing a fundraiser for the basketball team that XYZ is in. Somebody comes up and asks you, oh, hey, what's this fundraiser for? Oh, well, it's for the basketball team. They need this or that, or they're traveling. What if they all of a sudden started yelling at you like, well, there are other sports too. What about the other sport? They need fundraising as well. All sports need fundraising. Okay. Yeah, but my child is in basketball, so I kind of wanted to help fundraise for the basketball team. Well, you should be fundraising for all teams. Okay, so does that mean you're gonna buy something and help us with this fundraiser, or? No, of course not. No, because all sports need to be fundraised, not just basketball. Okay. Kind of crazy, but yeah. In saying all lives matter, you become an accomplice to encouraging racism, whether you intended to do so or not. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back it on up. I literally just said all lives matter, so how can it be encouraging racism? Allow me to explain. Here we go again with another scenario. Let's imagine you have the worst boss ever. You might not even have to imagine that. Maybe you do have the worst boss ever. Whether you're venting to your friends, your spouse, your siblings, your parents, or even Facebook, more often than not, you get responses such as, yeah, my boss is a real too. In my 60 years of working, I haven't had a good boss ever.
Suck it up, Buttercup. This is the world we live in. Get used to it.
So you tell your friend, you know what? We should do something about this. We need to make a change. Something needs to happen because there are so many people who are miserable because of their bosses. Sure, you can always quit and get a different job, but chances of that boss being an evil dictator as well are probably very likely. So something needs to change. You think, you know what? Yeah, my boss is equipped and knows the job, but does my boss actually know how to treat people? No. Does my boss actually care? No. So something's got to give. You and your friend and other people begin to protest. You're protesting that something needs to be done so that bosses can't be such. Your biggest concern is probably that your boss treats you with little to no respect and thinks they're far more important than you are, which is why you always get stuck working weekends and holidays while they get to have fun with their family and relax or do whatever. Who cares? It doesn't matter what they're doing. The fact is you're stuck at work and they're not because they think they're better than you. Now you're doing your best to make a change for yourself and for others who have experienced this or who are currently experiencing mistreatment from bosses. And now you're out on the streets protesting. But guess what? Out of nowhere, you see somebody walking towards you. And man, like this woman is furious, man. Like, I don't know what her problem is, but she is so angry. She's like a freaking wasp, just ready to sting. I don't know, like she needs to get laid or something. Or maybe she is and it just kind of sucks, so she's pissed. That's not funny. Anyways, she comes up to you and she claps back. Not all bosses are evil. Not all employees are good. So you respond with something along the lines of, what the Karen? I never said that all bosses were mean, nor did I mention all employees being perfect. So now Karen's all, well, I'm just gonna say Karen, but you can insert whatever name you want to use. Somebody who makes you mad, stick their name right in there. So that just intensifies Karen's anger. And she's all, let me speak to the manager. You're all confused and you respond, yeah, this is a protest. This isn't my job. I'm not getting paid to do this. It's to actually make a change. There is no... And she cuts you off. Well, who organized this protest? I want to speak with them immediately. There's a reason she's called Crazy Karen with a K. Well, get it? Because you're doing like the alliteration, the K in crazy, the K in Karen. It's kind of funny too because crazy doesn't actually start with a K, it starts with a C, so it's kind of crazy to spell it with a K. Yeah. And you're just like, the manager's down that way, actually, yeah. Because you're like, I don't want to deal with this crazy person. Now, somehow, she manages to collect all the other Karens out there, and they form this whole thing about how not all bosses are evil. How is any change ever going to be made if the Karens keep overshadowing the fact that lots of employees have been treated badly and are still being treated badly just for the fact that they are an employee and they are not the boss? So you see what I'm saying? Now we've got these two different things going on that are completely fighting each other, and they don't need to be, because you never said that all bosses were rude. You just said that there should be a change and that you want a change. And now with so many people jumping on to not all bosses are evil, people have kind of stopped listening to you and your concerns about having a horrible boss and how things need to change. So you just end up stuck. While your intentions are good when saying all lives matter, it doesn't exactly relay that way. Here's the thing. There are still people out there who believe Black lives do not matter. That is why there is the whole Black Lives Matter, because there are so many people who think that if you're Black, you do not matter, and that's not okay. So when you use the hashtag or when you say Black Lives Matter, it brings awareness, and in a sense, it kind of helps the Black Lives Matter movement in a sense. If that makes any sense to you. Now you might be thinking, no, there's no racism going on. Black people are treated just the same as white people. And if there is any difference, well, it's their own fault. They did something wrong. Here's the issue with that. If people who are Black weren't discriminated against, you wouldn't be seeing advertisements saying Black is beautiful, love your natural hair, Black Lives Matter, etc. But you do see that. That right there lets you know that there is indeed a problem. And the thing with All Lives Matter is that, yes, they do, but are all lives treated equally? No, they're not. And when you say all lives matter, you are completely missing the point of the whole Black Lives Matter movement. You know, Black people face way more discrimination, way more racism, way more racial profiling, and have less opportunities, and also get less pay than those who are white. Indeed, there are other races and people who don't have white skin tone who are discriminated against as well. And I'll have another video linked up here for that. How many times have you seen in the news or seen on Facebook or Instagram or browsing the web or whatever? How many times have you seen Black man gets arrested for possession of weed and is sentenced to 20 years to life or something similar to that? Now, how many white males do you hear about who have raped someone, raped multiple people, who have molested children, etc., and face 6 months with early release for good behavior? Okay, yes, being in possession of weed is illegal in lots of places. But how many places is rape illegal? How many places is molestation illegal? Okay. Now let's compare these. Which is worse? Being in possession of marijuana or raping somebody or molesting a child? Personally, I believe raping someone and molesting a child is a much bigger crime than having weed in possession. And I hope you would agree with that too. I really do. Like, for everyone's sake, for society's sake, for the children's sake, I hope you agree with that too. Now, there is something wrong with that white male getting a 6-month sentence and that black man getting a 20-year sentence. Shouldn't it be reversed? If anything, the one who raped or did the molestation definitely needs to be behind bars for a long time. 6 months isn't a long time. A year isn't a long time. 2 years isn't a long time. This is what people are talking about when they talk about discrimination against black people. Now, this isn't always the case, but there still are cases that are the same as them, and nothing's changed. That is just one type of racial profiling that black people face. There are many others. There are so many, but one of the biggest ones is definitely related to the law. And when you say Black Lives Matter, you're also saying you are against discrimination. You are against police brutality. So the last point I want to bring up to you, if you are saying all lives matter, I am going to assume you are vegan. And if you're not, then I guess that makes you a hypocrite. You're like, well, wait. It only counts for human lives because, the animals are here for us. Okay? Everybody knows that. Well, what I have to say about that is, some people think that black people should still be slaves. And back when black people were slaves, a majority of people felt that black people were there for them. That they were there for them. They were there to be their slaves. To say, yeah, the animals are there for us is just like saying black people are here for us. And that's not true. No race is here for another race. That's not how it works. That's not how it should work. I know that's kind of a little off topic, but you are saying all lives matter. Anyways, I hope you learned something from this video, or I hope you're able to teach somebody something from this video. Also, there are a bunch more reasons why saying all lives matter isn't actually all that great, but these are the main points that I thought would be able to resonate with a lot of people. If you have any more, you guys know what to do. Drop them in the comments below. Like, drop it like it's hot, No. Yeah. Anyways, I will put some links in the description on other ways that you can help Black lives. Even if you cannot donate or protest, there are plenty of things you can do. You can still sign petitions, you can educate, you can write about it, Even if you're just on Facebook and you're writing about it, trying to educate your Facebook friends, they're seeing it. They may not be liking it or commenting on it, but they see it. I know you guys see it. Why aren't you responding? And I mean, hey, if you must, maybe start tagging some people in those posts. I don't know. There are little things that you can do that will make a big difference in the long run. Even talking with your kids, talking to your coworkers. There is so much you can be doing. And again, if anybody has any other ways to help, definitely let us all know by leaving a comment. Alright guys, so that is today's video. I hope you all got something from this. If you enjoyed this video or you think it's useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, if you think somebody could benefit by watching this video, go ahead and send it to them or put it on your Facebook. I truly appreciate you watching this video specifically. Love you guys. As always, remember, Black Lives Matter. White silence kills. Use your privilege. Use your voice. Be brave. Be ethically inclined. Have morals. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Well, hello there, beautiful. Look at you.
In the darkest of days, sometimes we find out who we are. Be the change or hit the
Yeah.
bottom headed. We have a
So you and your friend, and because, you know, you don't really have too many friends. It's just you and your friend. All sad. Hey everyone, I'm Whitney, and this... Wait, you can see the floor. Okay, that's better. Alright, let's do this. Commercials and ads, which are all the same thing. Be moral. Be moral. You know, because Karen this is what you call him. And, you know, Karen, you must have really made somebody angry for them to start using your name. And sorry to all the other innocent Karens out there. It kind of sucks. Sorry, I don't... You see someone walking towards you, very angrily, I might add. So, I mean, like, you'd send her all the way to... Well, you'd send her to wherever you could. If that meant it get her away. But not like, you know, evilly. You know what I'm saying? And lessons... Okay, that was a weird text. For argument purposes, let's say somebody comes in oh my gosh, okay, this is bad. Or put it on your Facebook, or how could you do it inconspicuously? I don't know. Wait, why did I turn it this way? Like, ooh. And if you do have to imagine having the worst boss ever, well then congratulations, because it means you probably got an awesome boss. And that's, you know. Anyways. Or it's like if you were fundraising for, you know, breast cancer, and somebody came up and started yelling, well, what about colon cancer? You should be fundraising for that too. What about all the other cancers? They need funding as well. Well, yeah, of course they do, but this is just a fundraiser that's specifically related to breast cancer.
In the darkest of days, sometimes we find out who we are. Be the change.
Okay, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. So, you know, okay, all right. So, I mean, okay, they're on their way. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, all right. So, okay, so, you get the idea.
Won't see us walking away, now we made it this far. We ain't ashamed of who we are. We made a choice, this army's here to stay. And trust me, this is something to believe in. Achieve it, it's up to you.